I hope everybody's liking the YouTube tutorial videos. I hope that they're beneficial and I hope that they're educational for the viewers. I know some of them aren't the greatest tips and tricks, but I do have lots of information when it comes to growing a YouTube channel. So I'd like to be able to take part and help others who are willing to climb and take this journey with me. I've noticed even since I've started making this tutorial playlist, I've already gained a subscriber, which isn't much, but I haven't been advertising. I haven't been putting my videos on other social media platforms. I've just been using YouTube exclusively, and I've been thoroughly sticking to a repetition and pattern of doing the same exact thing on all the videos when it comes to my title, tags, descriptions, and eventually I'm going to go back and do my thumbnails. So I think that the one thing I got for a lot of people that they're overlooking, this would be how to get 12 subscribers on YouTube. This would be repetition is essential in your videos. So if you're doing something beneficial, continue to do something beneficial. If you're creating powerful tags, titles, descriptions, thumbnails, make sure that you do that on all your videos. Don't do it on one video and then neglect your description or neglect tags on another video, or don't forget a thumbnail on one video when you've done it for the past 10. Make sure that what you do is a pattern and you continue that pattern and you slowly improve it as you learn more and more. I think that's the best way for you to be successful on this, is you realize that this whole thing is a journey in like a big puzzle or a piece of a pie, if you will, and you're slowly getting bits and bits and pieces of it, and you're trying to construct it all into one. But if you forget what you've learned, or you don't continually do the same thing step by step, then sooner or later you're going to forget one or two things or this or that, and that may jeopardize the view count and the subscriber count that you have. If you completely forget your tags or your descriptions or whatever it may be, then who's to say that that channel is going to get the exposure that it really should? So just recommend repetition is essential. Repetition is beneficial when making your channel an everlasting and important channel, and making your videos stand out and continually stand out. If something works for you on one channel, do that with the rest of your, on one video on your channel, then do that with the rest of your videos on that channel, and continue to do that through the duration. You can always learn more and more and add to it, but don't take away something that worked before. You know what I mean? If you know it worked before, then it'll work again. So don't forget your tags, titles, descriptions, thumbnails, all that kind of stuff. Make sure that you spend the time and you do it properly. I recommend you set up some type of pattern for every video and do exactly the same when it comes to the editing process of your videos. Yeah, every video is different, don't get me wrong, but every video is essentially the same thing. It's a video. So if you're creating the videos in the same manner, then you're going to have the same type of structure on all your videos, and I think that's going to be positive and beneficial for you. So just so you don't forget something, just so times don't get hard later, or something slips your brain, just keep reiterating and doing the things that you've already learned, and do that on every video, because the more you do it, the more it'll be in your brain, and the less chance you have to forget something or lose out on potential algorithm boost later on in your journey on YouTube. I really wish that the things that you've learned you continue to utilize, and the things that were not beneficial you let go. But if something works, make sure that you continue to make it work. And the only way I think that continuing to make something work is by creating repetition and doing the same thing over and over. So what I do is I always have the same method for my title, tags, description, and thumbnail. I always go back for my thumbnails, but my tags, titles, and descriptions are always the same exact method right away. I go back on my thumbnails because my thumbnails are going to be an exclusive type of thumbnail that I haven't necessarily decided on yet for this particular playlist. I'm going to have them all very, very similar, so I want them to be unique and stand out because there's going to be hundreds of them. So I don't want to just rough through my thumbnail, my first thumbnail, then have the rest of them look different. And they all got to be relatable and they all got to look similar. And that brings me to my next point. You want to use similar colors and similar things in your videos to essentially brand yourself better. So if you're using a light blue color on your cover page or whatever on your channel, or your introduction video, say you have an introduction on your video and there's like a light blue, then you need to keep reiterating that light blue color. Just like I said with the repetition, you want to keep doing something like that because not only does it continually keep making you better and you don't forget something, but it's also enabling the way that your brand is, and it keeps putting your name back into that person's mind. You know, if they relate you to a certain color coordination or a certain scheme of things when it comes to your videos, then that's how they're going to reference and remember your brand even more than they would regularly. So keep that in mind. This is about making videos, but it's also about establishing and creating a business. This is a business. So if you can, think of ways to better brand yourself, I recommend that. Make sure that you have similar color coordination. Make sure that you have similar types of videos. Make sure that you have, similar types of voice when you speak to your audience. Don't have a stutter real bad on one video and then you're clear cut on the next video. Yeah, you might have progression, but it's not the same thing that the people are expecting to hear, and it may throw them off a bit. So try to be consistent and utilize repetition. I think it's beneficial. I know it's beneficial, and if you're trying to get another subscriber, this should help.